Hello and welcome to Event Tech World's today's demo drop-in session. My name is Vanessa Lovett and I'm the founder of Event Tech World, and we have got a very busy few days ahead, few minutes ahead of us, as we have 5 great platforms and tools that we are going to get a really quick demo from. Now, Event Tech World exists to give event tech buyers and users the knowledge and confidence to make better event technology decisions. And sometimes you really just need to see the tech, don't you? And that's exactly why we're holding these demo drop-ins. Each company will have just 12 minutes to demo their product to you. And they've all been given the same brief of what to cover. And we're really keen to see what's different about them, what their ideal use case is. Use Zoom, get your Zoom on, send questions in the chat, use the emojis, and I will try to make sure each of the companies who's demoing gets at least one question. So we're going to make it fair for everybody. We're going to be really strict on time. So I am going to be loading up my timer now as I invite our very first demo person to join us. And this is John Dodd from Events Case. So John, if you would like to pop on your camera and your audio, and I am going to pass the microphone over to you. This is your moment. Go for it and take us through.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. I'm John Dodd from Events Case, and I'm here to talk to you today or speak to you about Eva, our event virtual assistant. So the idea of Eva is to redefine the attendee and the organizer experience through automation, but without adding complexity. So first of all, just to let you know, we are GDPR compliant. We comply with European legislation. The event organizer owns the data. Messaging is opt-in, opt-out. There's full visibility on user consent, no unauthorized data use on our behalf. All communications are shared with the event organizer. And an FYI, the Events Case servers are held on AWS servers in Ireland. That's the boring bit out of the way, but important. So the next bit is the attendee experience. So we're focusing on 2 areas, the attendee and the organizer. So for the attendee, there's no new event apps. You know, you're not trying to download something new and teach someone about something they're not familiar with. So you have familiar tech, you have a familiar interface via WhatsApp, which is our preferred channel. Majority of people have it. It's an approved system for work phones as well. So you have the familiar tech, the familiar interface on approved on work devices. But the main thing is the experience, the hyper-personalized experience for the attendee. And what I mean by this is the better questions you ask in your registration, whether it's via Events Case or another platform, those questions, those answers that you get, we can program Eva to really give a personalized experience and really give informative answers, etc., not just about the event itself, but also about what the attendee wants to achieve, who they want to connect with, and all of this kind of thing. So you have the increased engagement opportunities from that. One other thing to point out is it doesn't just have to be in English. When using Eva, if your native language is French or German or whatever it may be, you can ask her to respond in your preferred language, which is quite a nice touch. For the organizer, again, there's a list of things to benefit. Mainly, it's a time saver. It removes pressure because Eva can deal with a lot of the daily or the questions that an event organizer would get. What time does this start? What time does that start? Where do I find the bathrooms, or whatever it may be? All of this can be programmed in and is there at the touch of fingertips. Think of it as an extension of your event team, always on hand, there for the whole duration, before, during, and after your event. There's also increased revenue opportunities with Eva, which I'm going to touch on in a little bit. One other important factor is the check-in process. So with Eva, we can send QR codes or tickets. So when your event is due to open, we can send out a scheduled message. They have their QR at the top of their message list. It's there ready to be scanned, or kiosk or whatever it may be, for easy entry into the event and keeping the queues flowing. Some user cases for Eva. We had a Club Itchy pirate-themed boat trip. I'm not going to say any more about it. The best person to speak to is Vanessa, because she was present and she had first-hand experience. So I'm sure she'll be happy to answer any questions on that. We had an EMA Christmas party. The good thing about this was it was actually held in 2 different locations, one in Barcelona, one in Madrid, but it was a joint channel. So with an integration that we have with walls.io, everyone joined in. So there were lots of pictures, lots of photos, people in elves hats and Christmas decorations and all sorts. And it really gave the event a unique experience. We had the MPI Iberian Awards, and the cool thing about this event is half an hour before a mentalist was due to go on stage, he asked, can we send out a programmed on-demand message to appear on everyone's phone? Half an hour before he was due to go on. So we've configured the message, we've got it all ready. And as soon as he said, and now I'm appearing on your phone, we sent the message. Just so you know, the messages are cascaded, so they don't all go out at once. They go in a flow. So you then had everyone's phone beep, 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 going off left, right, and centre with, hey, I'm now on your phone, which again was a real nice experience for everyone. One other example was the Avia Awards, and I've just killed that pronunciation. And there was a dress code for the event, black tie, ball gowns, etc., etc. The day before the event, a lady took her photo. She uploaded it to Eva to see if it met the dress criteria. Eva has responded, yeah, it's beautiful. It meets the dress code. And now I'm going to post it to the social wall because of the walls.io integration. In a moment of panic, she's messaged Eva saying, oh, yeah, please don't post my picture. Because we're there to support, because we're there on hand, we were able to intercept the photo. It didn't get published, spared her blushes, which there wouldn't have been because she looked fabulous. But it just goes to show that we're there to fully support before, during, and after your event. So 5 words that we've had feedback about Eva: simple, smart, seamless, scalable, and supportive. Our ideal event criteria: we don't actually have an ideal event. That said, small to medium size are preferable. The reason being, if you have a large event with lots and lots of people, because of the messaging system with the cascading effect, etc., it doesn't quite give the same feel. We do specialise in parties, awards, themed dinners. For the examples, themed events, because of the reasons that I've just given you. That they can really, really be special events with these different type of interactions that are available. But the same sort of thing could happen at conferences, at seminars, exhibitions, trade fairs, whatever you fancy. In terms of messaging and sponsorship, just so you're aware, Meta, the WhatsApp owners, they do have a 48-hour approval process for messages. However, we are one of their trusted partners. We've never had a delay. Our messages go out, on time every time. However, I should make you aware of that stipulation. The increased revenue I mentioned earlier is you can have sponsored messages. So a way of recouping some money for your event is for people to sponsor the messages that are going out, company logos or links to this, that, or whatever it may be, we can take care of that for you. We've talked about the entry, we've talked about during. So after the event, you have surveys, you have certificates, you have thank you messages, and you have additional links as well. So post-event, if your next event is ready, why not send them the link? Hey, we hope you enjoyed this event. Here's the 2026 event. Why don't you register now? There's all sorts of possibilities to be had. So what does the future hold for EventsCase, for Eva, for WhatsApp? Right now, we're concentrating on what we've currently got, okay? We are aware that there are other channels out there, such as Telegram, SMS, WeChat, etc. But we want to do more and more with WhatsApp. We already have a number of options available, Eva Travel, Eva Matchmaking, etc., etc. So we're just looking at enhancing that experience even further. So why should you choose Eva? Well, Eva isn't just a tool. It's not just an add-on to your event. It's a bridge between the event content and the participants. She's fast, helpful, scalable, and requires zero lift from your attendees. What if your event could speak fluently, naturally, and in real time? Well, with Eva, you can. For those who wish to explore Eva further, I can provide a link to Vanessa to share to you. It's a link to a website. On that website, there is event info, and from there you can register and experience Eva for yourself. I decided not to present Eva on by screen sharing because I don't think you'd get the best experience from it. I'd much rather you try it for yourself. Also, I do have a slide deck just covering the points that I've already spoken about, which again, I'm happy to share with you. My last point is, so we are Events Case, but we come under an umbrella from the Event Tech Hub. Our specialist department for AI and Eva is called Synapse AI. With that department, if you have any ideas, thoughts, things that you'd like to see if it's possible or whatever, you work with our team and we find out how best we can help you within your event. And that also goes for integrations as well. So you don't have to use Events Case products. If you want to use another system or whatever it may be, from our perspective, it's no problem. We can scope out the developments, see what's possible, and make your event as magical as it can possibly be, with Eva there to accompany you throughout. I'm just in time to finish off, so thank you very much for your attention, and yeah.
Thank you so much, John. It's always great to hear about new tools and to hear those real life use cases. I did use the Pirate Concierge tool that John mentioned there. It was very helpful for everything from where are people meeting to where are people staying to what time is the next meeting that's taking place. So and it also spoke to us in Pirate language, which added a real element of fun to what was meant to be a very, very fun experience. Now, as is always the case with live events, you sometimes get a spanner in the works, and our next presenter is not actually online now. So I'm going to call on our last presenter of the day, who is Tom Gavazzi from Womb AI. And I apologize for the unexpected jump up in the schedule, Tom, but could I pass the baton over to you next for you to tell us more about your tool?
Thank you, Vanessa. Hi to all my colleagues and to all participants. So we are a startup. We are based in EU in Croatia with more than 30-year experience in event industry, primary B2B. Year and a half ago, we discovered the AI on WhatsApp, and we are building the AI event assistants. And also during the time, we built also the AI brand assistants and some other type of assistants. What is important, first of all, I like to say that I personally and my team, we believe that we are the human beings and AI will help us and not kill us, but we are very much fan of AI. So we choose, first of all, AI technology of Infobip company. It's one of the global leaders in communication platform as a service, because we have the possibilities to have the really updates of technology in the world, what's going on, in which direction we are moving at this stuff. We also, what is quite important, personally, I don't believe in event apps or event platforms, because that are the channels where not the people. We use the WhatsApp like a channel where we like to be, where the people on daily basis with their families, friends, etc. And so there is also event. Also, according to this, we are building B2B and B2C assistants, depend on what client of organizer like to have. For example, B2B clients like to have more networking, more matchmaking, and this stuff. But for example, B2C is much more important marketing. For B2B is, for example, for the conferences, corporate events, expos, and this stuff. For B2C are much more festivals, concerts, sport games, this stuff. So also what is important to know, to have in the mind that what we see from technology point of sight a year ago, today, this is old. So market is moving so fast, extremely fast, I think faster than ever till now, especially also in the event industry. And also we have to have in mind when we speak about AI in event industry, there is different AI. AI, something what we are doing is conversational AI, communication between the event organizer and each participant or possible participants in advance or after event. Also, the most important, also why we use the WhatsApp like a channel, because in the Europe, 98% of mobile users use WhatsApp. On the first screen, they're using on daily basis, and the open rate is 98.5% in comparison with email, for example, where it's maximum 25% of the open rate. Also, some new technology, some new channel, what is coming till end to the year in the Europe and already is in the US, South America, is RCS. It's ultra modern SMS with a lot of multimedia. But this channel, I think also it's in UK at the moment, but not at the moment into Europe. We are waiting here some regulatory acts to make something about this. What is important for you, like organizer, it's to know that how we are building the content. We are scraping the content for your website. We are organizing one simple Word document with the prompts, what people can ask, for example, where I can drink the coffee, where I can park the car, how much is the parking zone, whatever, that's this stuff. And this is the way then we put it recording for 2 or 3 days. Then we put on top the tone of voice. It's more friendly conversation, more business conversation with emojis or not. And then we need around 2 weeks to train the algorithms. Let's say in 1 month's time, the assistant is ready. What is important to know that how it is on events, content is changing. You have, when is the event more and more closer, you have more and more changes with the speakers, with the sponsors, etc. But then it's really easy and fast to make the updates in the database at this stuff. Usually from our experience, we built AI assistants together, the chatbot, what is role-based, simple, together with AI. That means you can ask them like you speak with ChatGPT, very, very personalized questions. What is more also important, also people can ask AI assistant whatever they like to ask about the conference. But also you can send like organizer broadcast messages. Broadcast messages, they need to can be predefined. For example, send this message like welcome note on the 8 o'clock in the morning, first day, etc. Or you can have ad hoc broadcast messaging for some security reasons or whatever reasons, some changes in the program and this stuff. So we are doing everything this for you on the AI platform. You can make some interactions with the polls, with the quizzes, with the game prizes. Also, what you can do in this field is some Slido integration, for example, some other third-party integrations in it, etc. Also, it's agnostic to languages, so we can also build in different languages. This assistant, and this is something I will show you also a little bit later, a few examples. And also, what is the most challenging at the moment is the networking and matchmaking on the event in this. There are 3 challenges. One is technology. Second is the human behavior, because some people are extroverts, some people are introvert. Somebody like to mingle with everybody, somebody like to stay in the corner together with his mobile, for example. Also, very important thing is data protection. Who like to be in the networking, who don't like to be in what's happened with this data. So this is all the things what we go through with you through process to establish this AI assistant. Also like to say a few words where the AI is going, in which direction, and how AI will change our businesses and our lives, I think in the last quarter of this year. So on the market will come AI agents. This will be something that will be huge on the market, and this will change our lives and businesses. A lot of middlemen in the event industry, but not only will disappear, and some new will come. So people who use AI will replace the people which not using AI. Also, in the last quarter of this year are coming new mobile phones, I have to say. So apps will disappear, apps will go somewhere to the cloud, and you will have device like today mobile phone, but it will be your AI friend. So you can ask them about the event, about everything, or type to him, or with the voice AI and this stuff. And this is how you will organize your trips, how you will organize your life, how you will organize everything about this. Also, this will make some results that it will come a huge synergy between the travel and event industry in this. So these are just a few things, but also what we have to know when we are speaking about AI, that very important is that we have to learn. We have to train our minds. Neuroscience is very important, and education from the kindergarten to the adults. All we have to train our brains. We will learn the languages, not anymore to understand each other in the real time. We will understand in different languages in real time, but we will learn languages to train our brains. So I will shortly show you some examples. When I say this, fine?
Myself, I wasn't expecting that question to come through then. Marian, can you give us a heads up in the chat, perhaps, if you can hear me? If Tom is good to screen share, that would be wonderful. I know it's just fiddling with a little bit in the background.
I'm trying. Just a moment.
Oh, great, thanks.
See where can be.
Yep, looks good. Looks like you're on. Thank you.
Can you see it? Yes. So this is, for example, one assistant for the one event what will come next week, 3,500 people. It's only AI without chatbot. So, for example, here I can ask very personalized.
I think just one moment, Tom, you might be showing the wrong screen because we can only see a very small portion of your screen at the moment. So we can see the scroll bar, the search bar, sorry, and then just a tiny bit underneath.
Sorry, I'll
That's
try
right.
one more time. And now?
Yeah, we're good to go. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So just a second. So I will ask him, for example, I am a marketing expert for telecom industry. Please recommend me two best presentation for me. There is 100 presentation. Oh, sorry, it's off at the moment, my WhatsApp. So it take time to see it. Maybe it will be time in the end I can do it, but at the moment I can make it. Sorry for this, but okay, this is the way how it is. I can in chat, I share you one link to Vumi. Vumi is our AI assistant, brand assistant, so you can ask everything on WhatsApp Vumi, what's going on, etc., how it's run, so you can feel it, this stuff. So this is all from my part, I have to say. Thank you very much for your time, and please ask the question in the chat, whatever you like.
Great. Thank you very much, Tom. Really appreciate it. And you have brought us slightly ahead of time, which is remarkable, and I really appreciate it. So the next person that we've got on our demo sheet is Douglas. Now, Douglas Orr is from Message Matrix, and I have the opportunity to see this in action next week at an event that I'm attending, and I've seen the demo, but this is the next week will be the first time I get to see it really up close and in action. So Douglas, the microphone is now yours.
Fantastic. Thank you, Vanessa. Obviously, there's many things that we have in common with each other with the previous two presenters, that we both believe in WhatsApp. We both believe in the power of AI when coupled to WhatsApp. We have this belief, which I'm assuming everyone here shares, is that within the next 2 years, anybody coming to an event, whether it's large or small, is going to expect an AI wingman, an AI concierge that is going to give them the guidance, the experience that they would not get otherwise. And this is what we have seen as we've worked with our partners. When we work with our partners the way that we'd like them to work, we get engagement rates of 80, 90% of the audience, the attendees at a given conference. And that's important because once you have an audience that is most of the people at your conference, it opens up the opportunity to do more things with people. Instead of networking with the other 10% of the people who are on an app, you're networking with the other 90% of the people who are on WhatsApp. We support SMS and RCS and WhatsApp out of the box right now, and we have tested for platforms such as Telegram and Line for some specific international marketplaces. We are on a journey ourselves. So we have the largest show we've worked on is a show with Clarion with 70,000 attendees in Barcelona a few months ago, and with over 900 exhibitors. So we love those big shows. We love being able to allow a visitor to say, how should I prioritize my time? I'm interested in gaming cabinets made from fake mahogany. Where shall I go? And this has been built upon. We have some new products which we're releasing now. One is called Network Me, which is about networking with other people on WhatsApp or SMS. We have another product called Curate Me, which is about, my gosh, so many things to see, so many exhibitors. How should I optimize my time as an exhibitor? To find the right exhibitor for what I'm interested in. We have already started to put into our platform AI sales agents, so that an exhibitor can give us additional content and allow attendees to find out greater information. So we recently did a show with one of our partners, Mash Media, for international context, and I hope many of the audience have been to that fine show. It was for us a bit of a coming out party in terms of being able to meet so many potential new partners. But the interesting thing is we trained it up with not only exhibitors who had the additional content, but our own content. And months after Confex, we continue to get new inquiries coming through International Confex, their WhatsApp solution that they did with us, because people do not delete WhatsApp. They delete apps, but they don't delete WhatsApp. And they go back and they say, who built this fine thing? That was Message Matrix. Can I have a meeting with them? Yes, click here. And then we get another meeting coming through the platform. So Our vision is very broad. There is another generation of products coming after this. I'm just going to share my screen here. Let me just see if the technical gods are working with me today. Seems to be the case, hopefully. There we are. So this is, here's an example of 3 shows that, this is the show that that Vanessa is going to be attending. I'll be attending next week. We've been supporting this show with a small concierge for about 200 people here, asking all the questions that people might have about what can I do? What's the agenda? How do I get there? Is my friend at this event? This is one which I hope many of you had the chance to use. It was the Exhibition News Awards about 6 weeks ago. And again, it's about bringing to life, long before you arrive at these events, the information like, is my friend here? Which table are they at? There's 750 people here. Which table is my friend sitting at? Where am I sitting at? I don't want to look at some big board. Oh, you're sitting at table 58, Douglas, and here are all the people who you're sharing the table with. And as alluded to earlier by another one of my peers here today, we love broadcast messages so that we can send either on a schedule or on a ad hoc basis, a broadcast message that goes out to everybody, or maybe it just goes out to a group of people. Maybe this broadcast message just goes to the exhibitors because we want them to know how much we love them and what a great job they've done today, and that we've achieved some sort of record result today. But we love sending these broadcast messages. It's about educating people who've never used an AI concierge and they need a little help, or it's about delivering information of great importance. And again, one of the things we love to do is we love to include things like the exhibition guides for our conference partners, because I was with the conference success manager at one of our recent events, and I said, how's it going? And she said, oh, Douglas, you can't believe it. I've got 900 unanswered emails in my mailbox. And I said, is that 900 unique questions? No, it's 10 questions asked 900 times. So, this is the beauty of these types of solutions, is that we can incorporate the content into a single concierge for everybody, or we can create multiple concierges for different groups in the platform. There's a back end to our platform. I'm just logging in here to my demo user, Jason Donovan. So this is what the advanced users in our platform are doing. They're able to go in and say, I want to send a message to the exhibitors or the attendees, or maybe I want to send a broadcast message to all my friends at MASH Media. I write my message and away it goes, and I'm able to see what's going on. This is through a platform which we have international, European, American, Asian patents on. Think of it like a phone switchboard, but for WhatsApp and messaging, where you can add in different types of gateways, so multiple WhatsApp accounts, multiple SMS accounts, etc. But I didn't want to turn this into product training, so I'll stop the demo and go back to the things I wanted to talk about. We are on an exciting journey. We partner with our exhibition partners. We've learned so much along the way. We can work with websites, but I must say, we prefer to do direct integrations into one or more sources of data through various APIs, whether it's webhooks during registration processes, or hooking into ASP.event or Lineup Ninja or Salesforce, et cetera. We love leveraging this content so that as content is changing dynamically in your environment, it's changing dynamically in ours. We do also make it possible to access our platform, not just through messaging, but also through iframes on websites, et cetera. The monetization story of our product has also dramatically changed. We have found that exhibitors are willing to pay for an AI sales agent. And of course, this is revenue that goes to our exhibition partners. So that makes it more attractive. In fact, we prefer to talk about how much revenue we're going to make for our partners as opposed to how much we cost, though there is, of course, a cost with anything. At that point, I'd just like to wrap it up. And if you are interested in our proposition, we'd highly recommend you visit our website and book a meeting so that we can do full justice and to our proposition and go in depth in terms of how we differentiate ourselves, how we are bringing that future, which we believe everyone will be at in 2 years' time, bring it to today and help people move into a world of greater knowledge, greater depth, and more engagement than ever before. Thank you very much, Vanessa, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Douglas, and thank you for giving us a little insight into what it actually looks like behind the scenes there. A question for you and then an update for the audience. Are there recurring questions that just go in time and time again that make you think organisers there's a sort of a trend that they miss this information because it's just every event keeps coming up time and time again?
Yeah, I think the challenge for organizers is that they've spent maybe 10 years optimizing everything around the app. And it's been a frustrating experience because the adoption levels, in general, there are exceptions, are generally speaking fairly low. But the content that they're collecting is relatively limited. So I was shocked when we did our first show, and the only information we'd get was, here's the logo, here's the name of the business, here's the stand location, a 2-line description, and a URL. And this is, a catastrophic loss of opportunity. So we're having to educate our partners, the exhibition partners, saying, expand your minds. The boundaries that you have are not what we don't have. Those boundaries. You're working with Yahoo. We're bringing you Perplexity or ChatGPT, and we're leaning into a trend amongst visitors and consumers, because I think almost every one of us now is using AI in our personal lives, and we want to lean into that desire to use AI to get a more perfect answer. Don't look at a list of results. I want one perfect answer. Take me there quickest, soonest.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Bogdan, if you start to get yourself ready to join us, that would be great. And 2 updates. Firstly, Tom Gavazzi from Womb AI has managed to rectify his WhatsApp challenge, so he will be able to do a screen share right at the very end. And please, can we use the Q&A for any messages that you'd like to send through, and we will handle them in there, because I understand that there are some challenges with chat. And again, live events keeping us on our toes. So Bogdan, are you ready for your 12-minute stint? Shall we put the timer on and hand over to you? Thank you.
I do have a timer. So, because you know how much I can talk. And I will share my screen and go through 4 slides very, very quickly so I can keep on time. And then I'll show you a little bit with the platform. And I think you can see my whole screen without any problems.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
And we go there. So my name is Bogdan. I'm the founder of Visual Hive. I'm here to talk about Elea, which is our very smart event assistant. I share the belief of my previous speakers in terms of AI helping the event industry move into a good direction, not necessarily just about the WhatsApp bit. Everything we build at Visual Hive, just to give you an idea where we're heading with this, is very much around the sum of success of the stakeholders. So it's not just about the attendees, it's about the organizers, it's about the sponsors, it's about everybody that comes to the event before, during, and after the event. We all know the problems in terms of what we're facing in terms of information overload. Again, brilliant speakers before, they've touched on every single point of it. What I wanted to draw attention to is it's not just us, the world outside events starts to notice. In the latest McKinsey report, they said that 90% of the attendees prefer personalized event experiences. And what really caught my eye is about that they get frustrated when that does not happen. So this is why these assistants are very helpful in coming in and doing a good job, hopefully. I've got tons of decks, and again, both Moraine and Vanessa can mute me when I go over the time. But Elea is not about, I don't really believe in WhatsApp being the only future. I believe that everybody will have a platform where it's going to go. And this is why we've built our Elea in a modular version. So what we've done on the left-hand side is we've built specialized modules for every single part of the interaction, and we're adding to it as we speak. That means that every single interaction is not just, if you do networking, that is specialized in networking. If you want to do summaries, you do summaries. If you want to do exhibitor batches, session batches, we look at specific action and specific events because we fine-tune and we adapt for each event. We have developed something that I'm very proud, and I'll touch very shortly on. One of the biggest problems of LLMs and the AI solutions at the moment is memory. Again, another hour or two to talk about. We've developed something called real-time hyper-personalization that looks specifically at memory at events and use in AI, which helps us a lot to deliver what we need to deliver. And talking about delivery, we've been going back and forth, me and Patrick, on this. Where should we go? What's the platform? It's not an app. Everybody uses something else. So we've built Elea as a brain. That means that it can talk to anything. It can talk to our interface, which I'll show you in a second. It can talk to WhatsApp. It can talk to Telegram. It can talk to email. It can talk to any other event platform, from CrowdCons to VenueIQ to Grip to not event yet, but we'll get there soon as well. So it's the way we've built the layer is to be at the heart, to be a data aggregator, a proper data aggregator, understand the use case, and be an assistant in the true sense of the word. And we focus mainly on large event trade shows, anything from 1,500 to 35, 40, 50,000, because I think that's where the true impact and value added is mostly seen from this product. And we've, as we said, we focused on all stakeholders in terms of for the organizers. We were talking about streamlined operations. Again, Douglas mentioned that, and Tom mentioned that, increased revenue through multiple channels, We look at exhibitors specifically around ROI and getting them better leads when it comes to that, because we discovered that that is one of the biggest problems. For attendees, again, we don't need to go for all the personalization because it needs to be personalized. We know they're going to get frustrated because of that, and also targeting speakers, sponsors, and so on. Let me show you how it looks, at least how we think it looks. And one of the problems we wanted to, Tom very at the beginning, Tom and all of the speakers said, data is extremely important. The complexity of data gives us better personalization. The demo that you can interact later, you can change things, but we've looked specifically anything from job functions to seniority to interest, and more important, to actual personalized options in terms of what are your goals. Do you want to network? Do you want to learn? Do you want to stay in a corner? Or do you want to talk to people? And so on. I'll still in this in time. So as I said, we are modular. So what you see here is a demo event. It doesn't exist, but everything in terms of the exhibitors, sessions, and speakers, there are modules, so you can take these cards in any format or shape and put them in any on any platform. You can put the brain on a landing page. What our interface does and how we saw the interactions are, you can go and again go and talk to see what's happening like in any other app. But most importantly, you have you have a chat history, so you can always return to your chat history, regardless if that was an email on WhatsApp or Telegram or on another platform. You always have a point of truth wherever you choose that to be. So you can go into any chat and go back to that conversation. Of course, everything is GDPR, everything is secured, and I can show you how the chat works because that's the fun part, right? So we can go, hello, can you recommend some sessions on AI, for example, because we are already in AI. I know the names of the sessions are completely irrelevant at the moment because they're fake, and this is the work of our team trying to get this in front of people so they can play with it. It takes a little bit mainly because my internet is bad and I'm in London, but also because it looks at preferences, it looks at personal, and it will give you not just the session that you should see, but also why those sessions are important to you. So it will give you explanation why the sessions are relevant. When we go to, when we go, sorry, I'll slow down a little bit. When we go towards the memory thing, we can ask, can you tell me the speakers on session 2, for example? And I know it's a bit of a cheat because it has a memory on the previous one, but I'll show you in a second why that is important. And it will understand the session. And where I want to go here is that you'll have specific speakers, and I've got some wrote it down so you don't have to write everything. And I want to ask about the specific speaker. So let's put it in here and let's pick Liam Murphy, for example. Because we believe that the assistant should be able to just tell, not just to tell you, not attack, but the conversation with her. We believe that an assistant and the way we develop the memory and the way we understand after every question, after interaction, everything that they do. So let me press enter on this. So it thinks every interaction it does, it adapts that live hyper personalization from the tone of voice down to language, down to everything else that it does, down to clicks, down to lead retrievals. We work with lead retrieval companies. We understand where they go, what stamps they go to, and the whole goal and the whole concept is to give you a personalized experience. So even if it's about a session or about how to go towards a talk to a speaker, in this case, it understands who Liam Murphy is, our fake speaker. It understands who I am and where I'm coming from and what I should talk to Liam about and how I should do that. And we believe that is the future of Event Assistant. It's not just about finding those, for attendees specifically, finding those elements that are which sessions should I be, cut through the noise, but go down to the granular level. If I meet with Vanessa, for example, what should I talk to Vanessa apart from the classical selfie and what we've done with AI and everything else? If I talk to John, what should I talk to John about? What is he interested in? And I know this is not about the summaries or the sessions because Vanessa will have another event coming soon, so please register for that as well. You can ask questions about sessions, about that, but from your perspective, what are the key take points of view if you're technical or if you're salesy or if you're marketing or from all of those points. You can, of course, do like bookmark pages, and why I'm showing you the bookmark pages because you can bookmark, for example, a specific speaker or a specific, yeah, of course, my browser expired. You'll see the lovely logo. But if you remember who you are, where you're going, and if I bookmark a page, I can bookmark a page, but that means that not only that I can put it in my lovely folder, which is a cheat interface, but I can send it, that works in the app as well, or wherever that experiences. And the last thing I wanted to show you, if I manage to bring this back, and I do apologize for my signature, you can also talk to it on email. There is no point in doing the whole WhatsApp and everything else because it works, and my colleagues showed you, and you can have this conversation that might take a minute to respond because my Outlook is very bad. But you can see that you can reply to emails and you'll get a response back. And where I want to go with this is because it's a brain, imagine the impact that it will have on marketing. When you send the newsletter and you actually have a question about that newsletter, you reply to the email and you get a personalized one. And I'm done.
Amazing. You are a speed machine. You have a couple of questions, Bogdan.
Yes,
the first
please.
one is, in what form can it be used? Is it an app? Is it a web app? How do you actually apply it?
The brain of this can work in any form or shape in the same time. So you can have our web interface or app. You can deploy it on Grip, for example. You can deploy it on WhatsApp and email. They will all converge to the same thing, and you can have the conversation and continue the conversations on any channel. So we have the interface on web and mobile, but it's not about us. This is more for the demo, to be honest. It's more about working with other people other than just us.
So follow up if you'd like a little bit more detail on that. And there has been some questions about where does the name come from? I thought it was a play on the word earlier, as in let's do it earlier, but actually it's from the bee.
Yes, it means being dusk. It's also a very low Irish, is it a very small Irish theory, technically speaking as well.
Okay, we're learning an awful lot more than we were expecting. Keep the questions coming in Q&A. Hopefully you found it. It's at the bottom of the screen and it says Q&A. Send things through there. And Bogdan, thank you so much. And we are going to crack straight on with our last demo for today. And this is a little bit different as well. So stick with us and you're going to learn a little bit of a new insight into how apps can support us. So I'm going to hand over now to Michael Baliasny, who is the founder of Highbar. Michael, thank you. And in case you didn't see in the chat, Michael did join perfectly on time as a participant. He was here. He was behaving exactly as he should have been, just on slightly the wrong link. But over to you. No. So I was a little worried we weren't going to have you at all. So better late than never. And over to you.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to share my screen and start with a quick couple of slides. Hopefully everybody can see the screen, but I'm Michael Baliasny. I'm the founder and CEO of Highbar. And Highbar is the perfect blend of an AI copilot with a fully featured mobile event app. And we're so excited about AI for events because this is technology that gives you and your team and your attendees time back. And that's a huge factor. So just to go over a bit of who we are, everybody you see on the screen was involved in building Attendify, which is a mobile platform that really pioneered a self-service approach to creating and managing mobile event apps. We powered over 20,000 events for over 10 million attendees, and the company was acquired by Hopin back in 2021. But we were so privileged to work with incredible events, incredible brands, and we're bringing a lot of those learnings to what we're building with Highbar moving forward. And our experience with event apps taught us both the good and the bad. And there's definitely incredible things that event apps enable, but there are also a number of ways that they miss the mark. And we heard about that a little bit earlier in some of the other demos today. But having to download an app, having a confusing menu for a 1 to 2 day event that attendees have to figure out, having very limited search, which really doesn't capture the intent and the meaning behind the search, but just kind of matches up keywords that may or may not be there in the sponsor profiles or session profiles. A generic experience that doesn't really personalize in any way. And then again, the friction of the download, of the update, of the app store, all of that I think can be done a lot better in addition to all the fun AI stuff. And where I think AI really starts to shine is putting the perfect speaker, the perfect sponsor, the perfect exhibitor, the perfect session, or any of the myriad of questions that an attendee might have, just a quick question away. And that kind of is how you start to give time back and how you start to get attention back from the attendee. But we didn't want you to make any trade-offs. We wanted all of the benefits of a great, beautifully designed event app to also be there. So whether it's a beautiful schedule with advanced filtering, detailed speaker profiles, rich sponsor profiles with call to actions and videos and product listings, we wanted it all to be there and work out of the box and be completely seamless. And we also wanted to streamline the onboarding. So as opposed to traditional event apps, Highbar is a progressive web app. All you need is a QR code. It works in any browser. It works on desktop, on tablet. You can bookmark it to your home screen. It does push notifications. And logging in is just an email, a magic link, and you're in. It takes seconds. We've worked a lot on the login, actually. We've done most of our work on the AI side, but getting this right in 2025, not a lot of event apps do. So the other thing that we're bringing to market is a self-service approach to the technology. That's really what we did best at Attendify, and we're making it a simple step-by-step DIY workflow to create, publish, and start onboarding attendees really in as little as 30 minutes. So enough talk. I want to show you a live demo, and I think I have to reshare my screen here. First, very quickly, I will show you what it looks like to the attendee. You have a link that you share, create a QR code. All they need to do is click use it in browser or install it on their desktop, enter their email address, and they're in. They're using the app. Nothing to download, no friction, super, super easy. And these landing pages are completely customizable. And now jumping into the experience itself. So the first thing to kind of recognize is that this is again, a progressive web app. So you're looking at the desktop version, works great on tablets. It's totally responsive to mobile as well. I'm going to try to resize the screen real quick. It's not letting, there we go. So as I resize it, the UI is responsive, and you have a full menu of event features, which we'll go over, but I really want to walk through the Copilot and just show you a few real world examples and how it responds. So let's start with something simple, like tell me about the venue. And you can do typos, and you can have different mistakes you make. It understands your intentions, and it tells you about the venue of the event. Great. So any recommended hotels nearby? Here are a few hotels that are nearby, and this is taking it from our data set. You can also apply sort of general world knowledge and search capabilities. That's all a setting, but these are hotels curated by the event organizer. Okay, awesome. So will there be Wi-Fi? So it says Wi-Fi is free for all attendees. Here's the network name. Here's the password. It gives you a little box there that you can copy and paste, so it's immediately actionable for the attendee. Okay, let's learn about the event. So what are some of the key event topics? And here are some of the key topics at the event: AI ethics, AI-powered innovation, workforce transformation. Let's say, okay, I want to learn about AI ethics. And it pops open some of the sessions that are on AI ethics. And what's really great, and one of the big benefits of combining an event app with a Copilot, is that the content is actually active. So you can, from the Copilot, directly tap into the session descriptions, take a look at the speakers, the sponsors, the general information about that session. And then you can even browse the full schedule directly from the Copilot without ever leaving that screen. So let's say, one of the speakers here was Sam Harris. Tell me about Sam Harris. And it gives me a profile of who he is. And let's see, we can go ahead and ask, who are some of the other prominent speakers? And it gives you a list of other prominent speakers. These are all luminaries in the field of artificial intelligence. And again, I can pop open their speaker profiles from here and explore and keep asking follow-ups endlessly. One of the really cool features that I think AI enables is really finding a needle in the haystack as far as your sponsors go. So for example, I'm looking for a CRM for my company. Who should I talk to? And it'll say, check out Salesforce, and Mark Benioff is one of the speakers. So it connects the dots on everything and makes it super easy for you to jump in between the profiles and asking follow-up questions. We've also built this AI toolkit, which is completely customizable. Every event is different, so you might want to offer different defaults and templates, but these are kind of prescribed prompts that your attendees can jump into. So for example, is there a dress code? There's no dress code. Most attendees dress in business casual attire. And again, this is all FAQs and content that are completely tailored and connected to your event. So we really focus on your event content and make it easy to anticipate and add the content that your attendees are likely to be looking for. So just a quick walk through the other features of the app. So we have a full schedule with filtering. We have a list of speakers. So if you prefer to browse through lists, which can be great for discovery and for general exploration, you can absolutely do that. All the sponsor profiles are pretty rich as well, with cover images, links to their sessions, general information, social links, documents, and a whole lot more. We have sponsor profiles, which we've put a lot into, including rich media, product listings, attachments, a call to action buttons, and again, cover images. So it has a beautiful branded feel for all of your exhibitors and as sponsors. We also have interactive maps, so you can link different sessions to locations on a map. And one little teaser before I hand things off, we're working on a new home screen experience, which we're super excited about and is going to launch shortly. And this is kind of an AI-powered summary of everything happening at any given moment during your event, including the key topics, what's happening, the event is coming up, are you packing your bags, and then the ability to start chatting from there. So fully featured event app and fully featured co-pilot, and you can get a personalized version of this experience in a day or two just by requesting it on highbar.ai.
Michael, thank you so much. A very different experience and tool than what we've seen so far, but no worse or better or good. It just really depends on what your use case is and what you're looking to achieve with your event needs and your event's goals. We have a question which has come through from Patrika, which is, how about personalization? Can it answer my questions based on who I am?
Yes, it does. And in fact, you can even upload session registration lists and other personal registration information, and the co-pilot takes that all into account. So it'll tell you what sessions you're registered for, where you need to be, and a lot of other personal information. It also learns your preferences and learns from the conversation that you're having to, like I said earlier, hey, I'm interested in AI ethics. It's going to keep that in mind as I continue to ask questions and explore other topics at the event.
Great, thank you very much. If you do have any more questions, we have nearly all of our panelists on the line still, so do send them through. I've put everybody's contact details into the chat, which you should all be able to see. And there's LinkedIn, there are email addresses, and also a website link too. And I'd really like to thank the panelists for taking on today's challenge of coming and spending 12 minutes max. They've all gone in under that, which I have to say deserves a huge praise, because normally it's the opposite challenge that we have. And if you would like to join us with your cameras on again, that would be wonderful. It's been really interesting to see, I think I would say, a combination of similarities and differences across the different tools and platforms that have been shared today. And I've no doubt that there'll be more questions prompted in individuals' minds as to how they could put these to good use. And I'm sure all of you would welcome those questions after the session. If you want to get them answered, please do contact our panelists directly. I'm going to bring us to the close of the first Event Tech World demo drop-in. I would love to make you all aware of our very first Insider Exchange, which is taking place in London on the 16th of July. And this is, again, very much for event tech buyers and users to come and talk with one another. So it is very strictly limited tickets, really for the buyers and users, so that you can sit down and speak with your direct peers about what you are doing, what's working, what's not working, what you would like to do more of, and what your future event technology aspirations and also challenges, I would say, are. Thank you again to all of our panelists. Thank you to those of you who've joined us today. There will be a recording available, which shall come to you via email. And any final questions, drop me a line. My contact email, I'll just pop into the chat now. And that brings us to the close of today. Thank you very much again to all of our panelists.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, many thanks.
Thank you indeed. Thank you, Vanessa. Very nice to see you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Take good care.